Can somebody give Jenn an Oscar? Because she played the hell out of the game in tonight's episode. And she is the one to beat. And if she really, really wanted to go home, she definitely would have just left, no questions asked. And it's kind of like crazy that when Jeff Probst asked her, you know, if you really want to go, you could just walk out and leave during the tribal council. She said, oh no, I'm not a quitter. So I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, didn't you say that you just wanted to leave? Then what was that? See? That's why she's a shrewd player, man. That is why. But hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and welcome to my channel of the same name. And right now I'm going to review for you guys CBS's Survivor, Worlds Apart, Season 30, Episode number 8. Now, Shirin, I told you guys in my last review that Shirin is a smart player. She's a smart cookie, and she definitely is. She realizes that she allied with the wrong people. She is in a bad position in the game and goes straight over to Mike to appeal to him. Of course, you know that Mike is, like, skeptical, and he tells her the same thing that he told Will. I have to be able to trust you. So if I tell you who to vote for, you need to vote for that person. So, he asked Shirin to name the most dangerous player in the game, and she named Carolyn. But I also think it's Carolyn, Sierra, and Tyler, but that's just me. And she realizes that at this point in the game, she's going to have to make a big move. And if she's going to be a part of Mike's alliance, she wants to be in the passenger seat, backseat driving. In other words, she wants to be by Mike's side, but pulling the strings like a puppet master. So we get to the reward challenge, okay? And the winner is the blue team, because everybody had to switch their little teams and everything. And the blue team consisted of, I believe it was Dan, Mike, Shirin, Sierra. Yeah, I think that was about it. And basically everybody else ended up having to go back to camp. So Jenn is so upset, and she really wanted to win the reward challenge, and she has like a sour mood, and like she spoke to Jeff Probst and just said she just wanted to give up. And they spoke to Joe, and Joe was just like, it's just a game and not that serious. Or was it Rodney? It was either Joe or Rodney they spoke to. Alrighty, so fast forward back to the camp, and if memory serves, it was Will, I think it was Will, Tyler, Jenn, Rodney, and Joe, and they all were back at the camp. And Joe realized that there is a fracture in that blue alliance, like I said there was, and there's actually a small faction that is another alliance, which is correct, and it's also led by Rodney. So he wants to see if he can work with that little faction. Meanwhile, Rodney wants some fried chicken, so he decides with the others to take out one of Jenn's chickens. And yes, they're Jenn's chickens because those are Jenn's friends, which I'm not going to say that's weird because I'm a lady with cats, so I understand the animal thing, and she was feeling kind of lonely. I get that. Okay. And let me see. So hopefully I got everything right. Okay. Okay, so we get to the immunity challenge, and Joe is worried because he is alone and he's 3-0 as far as these challenges, and he really needs to win immunity. Well, Jenn tells him that if she wins, she'll give him her immunity necklace. I don't believe that at all. You guys might disagree, but I do not. This is a game for $1 million. People will say and do whatever they can to stay in this game and will lie like rugs. But that's the way that you play this game. So, basically, in immunity challenge, they have to balance on their toes and keep this thing on their head, like this little block. And one by one, Carolyn, Will, Shirin, Rodney, Sierra, Joe, Mike, and Jenn all drop. And then all of a sudden, Tyler wins immunity, which freaks me out. I'm like, Tyler won? Holy crap. Now, Jenn says that she's going to protect Joe and do what she can to screw up everybody else's game. Now, I'm wondering what the hell is she going to do with that one. Now, Joe realizes he's on the chopping. And Shirin realizes that if they split the votes, then she's basically the swing vote. And Joe is basically creating his fake immunity idol. And at first he was talking to Dan. Dan left him. And then Mike ran after him, freaking out with Dan. And then when Mike finds him, they start talking. And Joe basically tells Mike that he will vote to get Jenn out if Mike will guarantee him the votes will swing his way, i.e. get out Jenn with no questions asked. And Mike basically says to us, if Joe gives him the idol, he might just vote out Jenn. And that's a really, really weak might, meaning that he's not going to change his vote at all. So we get to the tribal council, and Jenn reveals that everyone is for the most part going to vote out Joe. And if she had won immunity, she was going to give him her necklace so that everybody could basically vote her out. Then Shirin starts talking about how she and Jenn are allies. So before tribal council began, Joe gave Mike his fake immunity idol, and then all of a sudden Mike asked Jeff Probst, like, could you verify this idol for me? And Jeff Probst is like, not until the votes are done. So then all of a sudden, here comes Mike playing the immunity idol for Will, which was weird, considering that Will is not a target at the moment, but I digress. So in the end, there were 4 votes for Jenn, 5 votes for Joe, 1 vote for Dan, and in the end, Joe went out. And Shirin voted for Joe. And I guess that maybe Jenn voted for Dan, but as I said at the beginning of this particular review, I'm still iffy about Jenn. Like, was this an act? Like, what the hell was going on with it? And next week's episode basically shows Will going off as Shirin. I don't know what happened with that. It's going to be crazy, and then it's Rodney versus Mike, so there's going to be a whole bunch of fights, and I'm ready for that one. And Joe says he tried hard, but he didn't want to leave when he wanted to play, but he's a good sport about this. So basically, this was a good episode, and I have my eye on Jenn, and I do believe that she is the one to beat. And thank you guys so much for tuning in, and check out all my other videos. Hit that subscribe button below. Rate this video, leave your comments, and let me know what you think about this season so far. Also, check me out on Twitter and Google+, Sage Valentine. Until next time, you all take care. I love you guys, and I'm probably going to start calling you my Valentines, if that's okay, for all of you who are watching these videos. So, thank you so much. Bye, Valentines. I love you all. Bye.